Alrighty, so we're back. Next episode, next video, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna start with washing the ZL1, and then we're gonna go ahead and do an oil change. Limited time today, so that's the only two things we're gonna do today. She is pretty filthy. I don't know if the camera will capture it. I don't think it's capturing it, but yeah. So let's get it out here. Let's get this out the way, and let me get the pressure cleaner out. And see you guys in a minute. All right, so I got it all done with the foam cannon. Waiting for it to sit for a second so the soap can do its magic, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down. I think the car looks good in white, by the way. What do you guys think? All right, so I got it decently dry with the blower. Now I'm gonna pull it in and hand dry the rest of it. All right, so now the car is clean. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it down with some detailer, just because there are some extra things on here, you know, some like watermarks from what this looks like, and this should get the rest of these watermarks and etc. out. So this is the stuff I use. It's the Mother's Super Hydro Spray Wax. It's a great example of how it works, right? And it basically takes all those leftover watermarks right off. Before and an after. So I was messing around with some of this stuff and hand polishing, and I was able to get a lot of this out. So I might be able to just spot around the car and be able to remove the stuff just by hand polishing. I don't have to bring the buffer out. So that's working really well. Just by hand, it's removing quite a bit of it off. So I might just go ahead and do that around the whole car. See, there's another high spot here. That's another one right there. And I will let you guys know when I'm done. All right, and I've got the windshield now nice and clean. The same thing with this rear glass. I got all the high spots out just by hand. For now, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna wait for the sun to go down a little bit because it is bright. All right, now that it's nighttime, I'm gonna go ahead and jack this up and do the oil change since the sun's not hitting me anymore. Okay, so now I've got the car up in the air. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that skid plate, and once that's out, I'm gonna drain the oil and get the filter out. So I am under here. I just dried this off, but I have a leak coming from somewhere for oil because this was all soaked in oil. I just wiped it off. Let's see if I can see it with the camera, but can't tell really where it's coming from, but it's above the rear main seal for sure. Definitely driver's side. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't think it's big enough to really matter right now. All right, so the oil looks okay. It's got like 3,000 or 4,000 miles, and I usually do them every 1,500, but you know, here we are. I have you guys set up on this handy dandy Home Depot bucket, but something I always like to check every single time I do an oil change is the filter. Especially on a car that makes more power than stock and a motor that I hand built. So first things first, I pour out the oil, check for glitter. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. All the discoloration you see is because I just brake cleaned this. So on this side of things, we're good. And now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the filter open. Go ahead and open this thing up. By the way, 30 bucks on Amazon for one of these is a great investment. And we spin. Let me grab a clean rag here. Once you've done a full rotation, go ahead and tighten it some more. And you keep repeating the process until you've gotten through it. And I think 2 is enough here. I did get it kind of tight, so there we go. Almost there. Just one more. We should be good. Alrighty, so let me loosen this end up. Go ahead and open it. keeping it upright, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the filter media. And I'm gonna check between the folds here, which spot checking them here and there, they look pretty good. There is no weird flakes or anything weird in there. So they were looking good. And then pouring out the oil. Go ahead and check the bottom of this. Nothing out of the ordinary. This is a healthy motor. Now I have to pause the camera, but filthy. Now up here at the top, next thing I'm gonna check is this catch can. So let me try to prop my phone up. And it's been a little while, so it's a little full. I'm gonna go ahead and dump it out. Sometimes, some of you guys that do these, sometimes these might look a little milky. It's totally fine, it's just condensation. I'm gonna go ahead and dump it in here. There we go, it's nice and empty. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it out, and I'm just gonna reinstall it and pour new oil in. All right, now that everything's done up top, I filled the oil up, I put a new filter at the bottom, emptied the catch can, reinstalled it. I put the fill plug back in, or the fill plug, I'm sorry, the cap back in. And all I gotta do is put the skid plate on, but first I'm gonna check for leaks by priming the oil system. All right, so in this car, to prime the oil system, you're gonna hold down the clutch, hold down the gas pedal, whole way down, and you're gonna crank it. You can do that a couple times. Whoops. And then you're gonna go to the bottom and you're gonna check for leaks. And we're all good and dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that skid plate back up and we're gonna start the car. So now let's get this car on the ground. All right, now let's move it out of the garage. Whoops. The gauge here shows oil pressure. Waiting on my dash logic to show me something. There we go, 59 PSI. Perfect, so I'm just gonna let it gain some temperature and then we're done. And I realized I lied about the miles. 158,000, not 155,000. Almost 159. And that is it for today. Oil just changed. I can feel happy about it, not having way too old oil in there. Car is clean. And that's it. Next time I have some more time and a little bit more money to grab some more parts, make the next video. Till then, see ya.